Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is my channel, Novel Sarah-ndipity. Today is going to be my TBR for Bookemon Badgathon, which I am a co-host and I am one of the team leaders for Team Mystic. If you want more information about that below, I will have my announcement video below and Meg's announcement video down below. But besides that, this is just going to be what I plan on reading. So my TBRs are usually very flexible. I rarely stick to them if I'm going to be completely honest, and I never make it through what I say I want to. So I'm going to go through the list and the books that I've chosen, and we're just gonna kind of go from there. So the first badge that I am going for is going to be the Creative Badge. So this is a book that focuses around art or music or like a combination of both. I am picking Sparrow by Sarah Moon and music involved, so I'm picking it. Also, this is the group book for Mental-a-thon. Is that right? Mental-a-thon. I don't know. If it's incorrect, I will link the correct name down below. Oops. I am not actively participating, but I did want to participate in other readathons throughout the month, and I actually kind of really want to read this. So this is the one I picked, and we're just gonna kind of go with it. Next is the Memory Badge, and this is like a biography or autobiography, a memoir. And so I asked Meg, I was like, hey, what's the rules on currently reading books? And she said, make your best judgment, basically. And so I am halfway done with Zero Regrets by Apollo Ono. Memoirs are really hard for me, and so it takes me a really long time. Like, I've been reading this for months. So I feel like if I can read the second half in 1 month when it's taken me like 2 or 3 months to read the first half, it's about the amount of time it would take me to read a regular book, so I'm counting it. The next badge was the Exemplary Badge, and this is for a classic. I'm not personally going to be reading any classics, so I'm not going to be going for this badge. Next is the Pictorial Badge, and this is a comic, a graphic novel, a manga, like anything with like art in it, basically. And I have a few different options. So I wanted to add in some books and some options for myself because I'm very much a mood reader, and so this is one of them that was really easy to pick a bunch, and then when it becomes time to read them, I can pick. So the first one is Howls Moving Castle, and this is one of 4 graphic novels, and it is the same art and such of the movie. This is my favorite Studio Ghibli film, and so I bought this when I went to, I don't remember where, but I bought it. And yeah, so it's under 100 pages, I want to say. Just kidding, it's like 165, but that's still doable. My other option for the Pictorial Badge is Naruto Volume 2, and this is by Masashi Kishimoto, and I'm a big Naruto fan, and this has been on my TBR for quite some time. So yes, I should really just get to it because I know I'll really enjoy it because I've watched the entire anime, and I really just need to get through the manga because I love Naruto so much. And then I have 2 graphic novels that are kind of like up in the air also, like maybe we'll see what I feel like when it becomes time. The first one is Snot Girl, and this is by Brian Lee O'Malley and Leslie Young, and I know this follows a fashion blogger, and she is someone with allergies and I think maybe some sort of anxiety. I'm not completely sure, but I've heard really good things about it, and so I want to read it. Next is I Hate Fairyland by Scotty Young. This is another graphic novel that I've heard really good things about. It is about a girl that gets trapped in a different world or a video game or something, and she ages but her body doesn't. She's like stuck in this world, and yeah, so I want to get to this. Next is the Amour Badge, and this is like a romance or contemporary. I want to read book 2 to All the Boys I've Loved Before. So P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. I'm not going to say much about this book because I feel like everyone knows what it's about at this point, but letters get sent out, boys are contacted, that Laura Jean has once upon a time had a crush on you. The Chiller Badge I am not going for. I don't read crime, thrillers, mysteries, I don't do any of that. Next is the Fantastical Badge, and this is to read a fantasy. So I didn't make it very far in Crown of Feathers. Again, I'm using my best judgment, and I only got to page 104, and it's quite a chunker, so I'm using this as my fantasy badge book because I'm not even a quarter of the way through. or just about a quarter of the way through. Pretty close, so I'm going to use this one. And this one is about Phoenix Riders, or two sisters who are descendants from Phoenix Riders, and there's some juicy things that happen at the beginning, some heart-wrenching things, but any main character that can ride a phoenix, I'm all about you. And then the next badges I am not going for. So I'm not going for the scientific badge, science fiction, I'm not going for the rainbow badge, LGBTQ plus rep, unless I find like a book, one of these books has that, I might swap it out and then read something else for the other ones, but there's nothing like immediately on my TBR that has LGBTQ plus rep that I know of. The Archival badge is historical fiction. I'm not going for that. The Panic badge is horror. Again, I don't read anything like that. The Jester badge is humor or comedy. I did hear that one of the graphic novels was relatively funny, and Naruto is pretty funny, so I might count one of those for that. I'm not quite sure. The Know-It-All badge is a nonfiction. Not big on nonfiction. The Prose badge? Poetry? I don't read a lot of poetry. If you have good poetry recs, please comment down below and I'll try to get to it. And then the diversity badge is author of color, or a main character, just something with POC rep. So I have a POC author. I am buddy reading The City of Brass by Chakrabarti. God, I hear people pronounce it differently and I'm not actually quite sure myself, but this is huge. And I am buddy reading this with Noria from Noria Reads. Is that your channel name? I talk to her on Twitter like every single day and I watch her videos. I think it's Noria Reads. Wow, correct me if I'm wrong. You know I love you, it's fine. But we are gonna be buddy reading this and it's going to be my POC rep, and yes, so my diversity badge right here. And I honestly, I know this is set in Cairo. I'm not much sure about anything else. I'm going into this blind and I prefer that anyways, so here we go. And then the group book for Team Mystic is The Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman. I don't know a whole lot about this, but the back says branches and stones, daggers and bones, they locked the beast away. I know it has something to do with like a family that can control bees. I don't even know, but I have heard so many good things about this. Madison from Princess of Paperback rants and raves about this book. She tells me like at least once, twice, 3 times a week to read it, and so I'm getting to it, Madison. I'm getting to it. So here we are. And so that is my initial list for the books that I plan to read. Whether or not I get to all of them, I don't know. Whether or not I'll finish them all, I don't know. But if I don't, I have a special surprise for all of you for June, and we'll get to that later. Let me know if you've read any of these books, want to read any of these books, or yeah, your general thoughts of these books. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, gotta read them all. All love. Bye.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test.